Hiya, boys and girls. I'm Goofy. And I'm welcoming you to another episode of Comic Book Geezers of Inside the Cover of Moon Knight #1. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, Goofy. Appreciate it. Pete Pardo here from Comic Book Users. Welcome to another episode of Inside the Cover here on the channel, alongside the man of a million voices.
Hello, comic book fans. I am Wild Bill, the Unknown Comic. Thanks for coming in to check out another episode of Comic Book Geezers. We're going to go inside the cover of Moon Knight #1. Been meaning to get around this for a while. We've got a lot of things on our plate, so thanks for hanging in there.
And Moon Knight, pretty popular character now because, of course, the TV show has been running on Disney Plus, and we did a Marvel Spotlight episode on Moon Knight a couple weeks ago, which proved to be very, very popular. So people are digging Moon Knight. Let's do #1.
And I chose Marvel Spotlight because I was older than this book. But obviously he appeared in Werewolf by Night #32, and then he appeared in Marvel Spotlight. But that was in 1975, the Marvel Spotlight issues. So 5 years later, 1980, he finally gets his own issue. This is November.
A great cover because it shows all the three different personas that he...
They are multiple. 4 identities. Yeah. Moon Knight, Mark Spector, where it all started, the mercenary, Stephen Grant, the billionaire, and Jake Lackley, the cab driver who goes out on the street, and his squeeze, Marlene.
Marlene, yes, there you go.
Gotta have a love interest.
Gotta have.
Oh, lovey. Oh, lovey. Alright, so this is 1980, I believe, right?
Doug Mensch wrote the story. Bill Sienkiewicz, artist. Bill and Frankie S. inkers. T. Jurashowski, the letterer. B. Sharon, the colorist. Denny O'Neil. Oh, Denny O'Neil was the editor-in-chief at the time. And Jim Shooter, supervising editor.
That's 1980, I believe.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
So, the book starts off with a flashback of Mark Spector working as a mercenary with this mercenary leader called the Bushman.
Origin story.
So, they're in Sudan. And we see Frenchie also comes in. He's the helicopter pilot who comes in to support the mercenary group. But the Bushman talks about how you have to instill terror and fear into the hearts of your enemies. That's like his motto. So he wants to go into this village, and Mark Spector, he wants to invade a village called Salima. And he's like, Mark Spector's like, but there's no rebels there. And he's like, but there's some archaeologists that were there, and they found an Egyptian tomb.
So the Bushman is thinking, ooh,
dollar
signs, gold.
And
right? Yeah.
Mark Spector's like, well, they've never found any tombs south of Luxor, but anything's possible. And the Bushman's like, if we go there, we can get some gold, and gold can always help in your conquest.
Yeah. Like in other words, always be thinking about dollar signs, right? And Mark Spector's like... Yeah.
So down here, we have Marlene and her father. And her father, obviously, is not a fan of the Bushman coming in and raising all kinds of hell in his town.
Hint, hint, those are the archaeologists.
Yes. So he's going to try and do something about it. And while the Bushman has his back turned, Marlene's father sneaks up behind him with this gold snake curvy kind of dagger. Yeah. And Mark Spector warns the Bushman, hey, look out! There's somebody coming up behind you. And the Bushman turns around and sees it, you know, because Mark Spector blew the whistle.
Yep.
So Mark Spector's like, I got it. And Bushman's like, nope, this guy must be made to set an example. We need to use him to set an example. So the Bushman breaks his neck.
Yeah.
And kills Marlene's father. And there we see the weapon laying on the floor, and the Bushman takes it as like a souvenir. I'll keep that. Marlene finds out that her father dies. And then the Bushman also tells Mark Spector he tattooed his face to help instill terror and fear into his enemies. So it's all about instilling terror and fear. And this is all a flashback because that's what Moon Knight is all about, instilling terror and fear into the hearts of his enemies. So, being all pissed off about the murder, Mark Spector turns on the Bushman, but the Bushman pops him in the face, knocks him out, and then they take off and leave Mark Spector in the desert to die. And he's exposed to the elements and it wears him down. So he's like on the verge of death. Dehydrated, starved.
Burnt to a crisp.
Yeah, fried in the sun. And then these other nomads from the tomb find him and bring him back to the tomb of Khonshu. And lo and behold, Mark Spector dies. So he's lying here dead. Here's our first picture of Khonshu, the statue of Khonshu. Marlene's looking over Mark Spector, and so is the statue of Khonshu. They don't really explain it, but all of a sudden his heart starts beating again. Marlene's like, "You're alive. You were dead as a doornail a moment ago, for a while." And Mark Spector says, "I don't know how."
I'm no more dead than he is, and he looks over at Khonshu.
So now he's looking over the statue of Khonshu, and he walks over and he says, "This is mine now." He takes this off the statue of Khonshu. And I'm saying to myself, but the statue's made of stone. Why is the cowl made of cloth? Hold up. I have questions. I know it's comic books. Anything can happen in comics, but you're really reaching here, guys. But okay. You know? So now, Khonshu, by the way, is the god of vengeance.
Yeah.
In the Egyptian lore. Marvel Electronics.
There you go. Early electronics.
Remember Coleco Football and Mattel Baseball? Now they had Marvel Comics electronic games. I never saw these. If any of you guys ever saw these or had it, let us know in the comments, alright?
And how much were they? $8.99? $8.99 each.
Yep, $9 plus shipping.
Oh, not bad.
So now...
So he's after now.
So now Moon Knight is after. Mark Spector, Moon Knight, is after revenge for the Bushmen. So of course he's gets back, working his way back to the Bushman's lair. He's taken out individuals one by one. He's going after the Bushmen. So he's wiping out all the guards.
All the cronies. Saturday morning schedule.
CBS cartoons.
That's right.
Where's my favorite?
Did you watch any of these?
I'm looking for Bugs Bunny. Here we go.
There you go.
I used to watch Bugs Bunny all the time. Fat Albert, Bill Cosby production down here. Everyone remembers Fat Albert, right? Hey, 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 it's me, Fat Albert. So now, Moon Knight getting his revenge. And then we have Frenchie in the background who grabs Marlene. The Bushman escapes in the turmoil of the fight. Moon Knight gets distracted because of Marlene.
Yep.
Bushman gets this puts
getaway.
the slip on.
That's right.
Slips out of there.
Supervillains always have a way of making a getaway.
So then this page concludes the flashback side of this Moon Knight's origin. This is the whole part. So now they bring you up to date, up to speed with his multiple personalities. They show them all on this panel. Moon Knight, Stephen Grant, Jake Lackley, and Mark Spector. I believe this is the helicopter that
Or whatever you
Frenchie
call that.
flies.
Yeah, whatever you call that thing.
Shaped like a moon, crescent moon. He also used crescent moon darts as like Chinese stars. So they kind of bring you up to speed with his current life. And this character down here is Crawley. He's kind of like the local wino who always like gives Jake the inside information of what's the word on the street.
Streets, yeah, exactly.
So usually, and these are the main characters set up for the rest of the book of Moon Knight, which ran 38 issues, by the way. And the first, it was on the newsstands, and then it got restricted, like just the comic book shops. I go with the direct distribution. I don't know what you call it, but it wasn't you didn't see it on the newsstands after like 25 issues or 24 issues. It went to 75 cents, the book eventually, and there were no commercials, no ads in it.
So they took it off retail.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why you never found it on the stands. But Bill, how do you say his name?
Sienkiewicz, yeah.
Does a fantastic job in this
Very
book.
gritty art. You know, it's a little bit different.
I love the way he draws Moon Knight, though. It's got a dark side to it.
Yep.
When I was a kid, I liked Moon Knight. It kind of reminded me of Batman. It was kind of like a Batman spin-off with the multiple attitudes. So here, we have Moon Knight coming in, fighting crime, Mm-hmm. And he's going for the Bushman.
Yep, he's
So we're up to
still on the lookout. He's
still looking for the Bushman. Hasn't caught him yet. But he's getting closer. Yeah, you're getting warmer.
There we go.
So what's the Bushman? He's got a pistol. He's armed. And here's Marlene running away. So he pops a few caps in her ass. Gives her a couple shots. So she drops. And she goes down.
And Moon Knight goes ballistic.
Yep, and starts pounding the crap out of the Bushman.
Even more so on the next page. I mean, he's literally putting the beat down.
Yeah.
He's going for death.
Because Bushman also killed Marlene's father.
Yep.
And left Mark Spector for dead in the desert.
That's
so there's
right.
a lot of payback here.
But she convinces him
Not to kill him.
not to kill him.
Right? Don't do it, Mark. She grabs his arm. Where is that panel? I thought she actually grabbed
Yeah,
him.
he did the page before. Yeah.
Here it is. Yeah, she grabs him to stop him, give him the final death blow right there. Stop, Mark. What are you doing?
And in
Be
between,
just like them.
in between, Reed Richards is eating Twinkies.
Reed Richards eating Twinkies.
Or whatever, the hostess pie. I don't know, whatever that was.
That's probably Twinkies. Oh, it is Twinkies.
It is Twinkies? Okay, there you go.
Twinkies.
Like,
How can you go wrong?
I haven't had a Twinkie in like 30 years.
I want to go to Vegas and get one of those deep fried Twinkies.
Oh my god!
I heard those are.
You could probably go to the Orange County Fair and get one of those. You don't have to go all the way out to Vegas for
I
it.
like Vegas better than
yeah.
Orange County Fair. To be honest with you, man.
I agree.
I've been to Vegas 4 times, man. I
agree.
love Vegas. I haven't been there in 20 some odd years,
Yeah, I
but
haven't either.
I love Vegas. You go there for trade shows.
Well, I used to in the early 2000s. I haven't been to Vegas in like 15 years.
Really?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
So, in conclusion, the Bushman meets his end.
Yep.
So, in a good, true comic book fashion, good triumphs over evil. We have a new character born who's like sworn for vengeance, and when he kills, he leaves his calling card. He leaves a crescent dart as his calling card. And there you have Moon Knight, the beginning of Moon Knight. This is the last page, issue number 1, right here. I thought there'd be some extras for you on the inside, but no, it's another commercial.
Army toys.
Army toys. And I heard these things were flat like cardboard.
Oh, really?
Yes, I heard.
However, look on the back because this is the beginning of when Lego just really started to explode and do some. Really
I mean, it
cool
was
things.
around when we were kids, but yeah, Lego was starting to advertise big time on comic books.
Yeah.
There you have Moon Knight number 1. Where did I get this? When I was a kid, I used to ride the school bus, and Vinny, who was a year younger than me, had an uncle that lived in New York City. And Vinny was a big-time comic book collector. He collected everything from Marvel. He wasn't a DC guy. So Vinny would buy, I'd hook him up with money, and he would put in orders with his uncle for me. So most of my Moon Knights were through Vinny's uncle from the city. I would just get on the bus, and Vinny would have the comics whenever they came in. I gave him the money when he needed. Wolverine, special series, limited series, 1 through 4.
Yep.
Got through Vinny, through his uncle. Rom, I was getting also. And I think, I think it was Rom, Moon Knight. Those were the 2 main titles I was getting from him. I can't think of the other one. There might have been something else. Oh, She-Hulk. Those are the 3. But anyway, anytime you get comics, connections, and
Gotta do it.
so I thank Vinny for helping me out with my Moon Knight collection. So if you're a Moon Knight fan, you can't go wrong with this book. I think it's a great series. I really do. I just am a little confused with the multiple identities. That's a lot going on there. But I love the artwork and the darkness of the setting of the storytelling in Moon Knight. And I'm sure you will too if you check it out. So anyway, I'm Wild Bill saying thanks for being here for this edition of Inside the Cover with Moon Knight number 1. Please click the like button if you haven't already. If you haven't, I can't figure it out. Of course, I'm busting on you guys. It's America. You can do what you want. But we really, really would need you to click the like button. It'll help us grow and get more popular out there with comic book fans. We seem to be flying under the radar. This is our 5th year. So please click the notification bell so you can be kept in the loop every time we have a new video. Share the video with your friends that haven't heard about us. That'll be also much appreciated because that'll give us a nice push. And we're still working, trying to get 3,000 subscribers. We've been at it for 5 years, slowly growing.
We're almost there.
Like a fungus, slowly growing. Yep. But yeah, as always, we thank you for being here. As always, come back and see us again real soon for more comic book love, So as always, we appreciate you. So we hope you come back again to see some more comic book stuff right here on Comic Book Geezers. We give it to you straight from the horse's mouth, because we love comics and that's what this show is all about. So we thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.
That's right. For Wild Bill and Goofy, I am Pete Pardo. See you all in a couple days here on Comic Book Geezers.
Goodbye.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.